Hey, Mystic Michaela, spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela. Today, let's talk about it. Are your spirit guides sending you some pretty gross signs? Are they sending you bugs? And I'm not talking about the cute bugs like the butterflies. I'm talking about the gross stuff. Today, we're going to talk about the language of spirit and how it can include bugs. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
All right, so we have this is a personally inspired story, which some weird stuff happened to us recently. And ever since I've started this journey, in my own life, my own spiritual journey, I've learned that the universe does have its own language, and it's a language of signs. And once it starts understanding that you're reading it, and that you understand it, and that you interpret it, and then you're picking up what it's putting down, it will get creative, persistent, and consistent. And sometimes it'll throw you for a loop, like, oh, hey, I'm going to start sending you bugs now. Now, I wrote a book, the Book of Signs. It has 150 signs and symbols in it, and a lot of them are bugs. And I'm going to be referencing that. But yeah, you tell what happened. Go ahead.
Well,
start us off.
Well, before we even get into our road trip.
Yes.
Let's talk about bugs.
Okay.
Now, when bugs in our house. Let's just talk about bugs in our house.
Okay.
I'll be sitting peacefully, reading a book, watching TV downstairs, and all of a sudden I'll hear screams of terror.
It's awful.
Terrifying screams.
Yeah.
Like, God knows what happened. And I'll get up there, and of course there'll be a bug. There was a bug in the bathroom.
Yeah.
There was a bug in the hallway.
Yeah.
Bug on, the wall, whatever. And then it's my job, my responsibility to get rid of this bug.
That's your job. I've decided.
I try not to kill the bugs. I really do.
I know.
If I can, I will take the glass, and put the paper under the edge of the glass to save the bug, try to get it outside, especially spiders. I don't want to kill anything.
No,
but anytime that I think of bugs, I think of you guys screaming.
You think of us screaming.
I don't think of you guys getting signs from spirits. So I am not anywhere near at this moment on board with this.
Okay.
As bugs as signs.
Like
from
you
spirit.
don't believe that these are signs.
Correct.
But you do admit that this recent trip we had an abundance of bug moments.
We did. Okay. So yes, let's go through. We're going to tell the story of these bug signs through this trip.
Okay.
All right. Let's do that. So we went on a road trip.
Yeah.
Up to Atlanta to see Noah Khan perform. This has been like Brianna's dream.
It's like her mecca.
To see Noah in concert.
Right.
I don't remember if it was a couple of years ago. He was doing like more festivals. Mm-hmm. This is my red blue moment here.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't get there.
If you don't know who Noah Khan is, it's okay.
Yeah.
Most people don't.
No.
Only young people do.
Yeah, people are like, why are you going to Atlanta? And I'm like, I'm going to see this guy named Noah Khan.
Who's that?
Who's that? But anyway, so he came out with his tour. I think we went through the whole thing where I got the tickets. It gave me almost a heart attack.
That was awful.
Right. But we got the tickets, and it was in Atlanta. It was the closest place to us.
Correct.
And this is my red blue moment here. I made a promise that if he ever went on tour to Brianna, we will get tickets and we are going to go.
Right.
And I didn't say, wherever it was, and just happened to be Atlanta. So that's about 9 hours from us.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of piled on a college tour after it. We're going to go to the University of Florida after to make it like kind of round out the trip. But all right. So road trip to see Noah Khan and college.
So interestingly enough, this is like the end of our summer, summer's dwindling here. Back to school is coming. Noah Khan's tour is called the Last of the Bugs tour.
His tour is called Last of the Bugs.
Okay.
Yep.
And we're all big Noah Khan fans in this home. So we're very excited to go. And we start off and we go, we're in Boynton Beach, so we kind of drive up and we stop in Tifton, Georgia. Yes. That's our first stop.
Yeah, Tifton's our spot. If you've been listening to this podcast, we've talked about this hotel many times.
Yeah.
It's a hotel where I broke the waffle machine, and no one will ever let me forget it.
Scott could be blacklisted there. Anyway,
blacklisted
so we're in the room, and Abby's in the bathroom, our 11-year-old, and she just screams. And we all run in, and it's this, like, gnarly-looking beetle.
It's a beetle.
Yeah, but it's particularly large.
Yeah, it's a beetle.
And I know, but why is it there?
I don't know.
So we're like, okay, fine. It's a beetle. That
Right.
happens. You know, we're in Georgia. It's summer.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it came in from the heat.
Exactly.
Fine. But then there's always like that other side of me, you know, where I'm like, what does it mean? You know,
Right.
what does a beetle mean? And beetles to me mean they're like, you know, inspiring messages and honor your place in the cycle of life and kind of like this metamorphosis, and you know, because beetles represent metamorphosis and change and understanding goals and growth and the trip itself, because we're going to this important trip for our oldest, our 17-year-old, and you know, next year she's a senior, and the year after that she's going to college, and this trip was kind of like about a promise we made to her and just how we all kind of we're together and we're visiting this college she might want to go to on the way back. Like, these are grown-up things. So to me, I was like, are we getting a message here about, I guess, just the cycle of life or the seasons of life, you know, as the children get older?
Yeah, sure. Now, of course, it's my job to get rid of this beetle.
Well, yeah.
And by the way, this is a very nice hotel. It's a very clean hotel.
It's very clean.
It just happened to be a beetle. Big deal. Big deal. It's not a big deal.
Right.
But why am I, first of all, if it's such a sign, why am I getting rid of the sign? Shouldn't we, like, be petting the sign? Like, pet the beetle? You know?
It was really big and large, and it was kind of looking at us while we were, you know, trying to get dressed and things. It was kind of a creeper beetle.
Sure. But here's the thing. Like, how do you know? Like, any other time, okay, this time, it's a sign. But any other time, this is something that you guys are all screaming and running around the room about.
So you removed the beetle.
Right, I did remove the beetle.
Because you can do that. Like, you can have a bug sign and then be like, I appreciate you, and also bye. Goodbye.
But
you have to leave now.
isn't that like taking the sign of spirit and like tossing it in the trash?
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so. You don't think so? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
So now we leave that, and it's time to go to Atlanta.
All right, so we're on our way to Atlanta. Let's take a quick break. We come back, we're going to talk about this concert.
As you know, I have 3 fur babies, my kitties, Binks, Dusty, and Cleo. And I have something absolutely, it's a little crazy to say, it's a little controversial. Their litter box doesn't really gross me out, honestly. And that is because ever since I started feeding my cat Smalls, the little presents they leave there for me have been healthier looking, smaller, and a lot less smelly. That's because Smalls is fresh, human-grade cat food that's made from high-quality meat, not cheap fillers. You see, meat is easy for my fur baby kitties to digest, which means their bodies absorb more nutrients, and healthier little litter box presents come out of their little furry tushes. And in contrast, the stuff I used to feed my cat was made with grains and artificial ingredients that were hard on my cat's body. And that's why it was stinky and smelly and really, really gross. And Smalls isn't just good for digestion. 88% of cat parents say that after feeding Smalls, their cat is softer and shinier, has more energy to play, and overall just seems healthier because it's really good for cats. Nothing gives me more joy than when I play with my cats. We have this little game we call Orange Fishy, and it's a little fish on the end of a cat toy stick, and they just jump and turn and like little kittens, and Smalls helps keep them frisky and healthy. If you want to invest in your cat's health, Small is giving you 60% off your cat's first order plus free shipping and free treats for life when you go to smalls.com/KYA. If your cat doesn't like it, Smalls will refund 100% of your order, but trust me, your cat's going to love the taste of Smalls, and you'll love that your house no longer smells like a litter box all of the time. That's 60% off plus free shipping and free treats for life when you go to smalls.com/KYA. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
All right, so let's fast forward. We're at Truist Park, if you know where that is.
Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta. Yeah, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, it's a very nice area around a big baseball stadium, and this is where the Noah Kahan concert is taking place.
Yeah, actually, if you're a big baseball fan, I recommend this as a baseball, like an event.
Like a
to
trip.
go to. Yeah, to. Because you have like all these restaurants near it. Really, really good location.
I don't even like baseball, but I can see like the attraction of just going.
And it's outside of the city. I thought it was going to be in the middle of Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's actually about 10 miles out of Atlanta, which I like that.
Look, spiritual, universe language, and travel tips.
Exactly.
All here at KYA. All right, so we're at Truist Park, and it's like it's hot. Okay. It's hot and it's crowded. It's a very nice crowd. So the kids and we decided, cause we had to get dressed up for the Noah Khan concert.
Right.
And we were going to get dressed up and we all did like a bug theme, of course. So I'm in ladybugs. I have a ladybug shirt, ladybug, purse. I decorated my purse with ladybug stuff. The kids are in ladybug patches.
Yeah. You don't understand. For like weeks before this event, I was like rushed to stores to get ladybugs,
craft stores,
stickers, ladybug, sew-ons. I don't know what you guys were doing. But anytime I opened the door, there was an Amazon package. There was something ladybug
bugs
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, we were real into it. So, and you go to the concert, everyone's wearing bug stuff. It's really cool, and we got there early. We got there 2 hours before, which Scott was really opposed to, but he somehow decided to do it. And then we're like, okay, we got to get some merch, right?
Yeah.
We got some merch, and the merch lines were all long. I mean, they were so long, and they were really in the heat. And there it is. And then all of a sudden I see Scott. And so the line is really long. And then I see Scott kind of like, and it made an L shape. So it was really long. And then it turned to where the booth was. And that was like a shorter line. So I see Scott hanging out by the L angle. Now this is Scott's villain story. No, this is a villain story.
It was a legitimate line.
This is Scott's villain story.
I was waiting.
Couple things about Scott. He doesn't like lions. He's from New York. Can we blame it on that?
Sure.
And he doesn't care if people hate him.
That's true.
But this is a true villain story. You'll hear him say why he's not.
No, I am not. See,
okay, go ahead.
Okay, so they had I guess there must have been 3 counters where you can buy the merch. And I think what happened, and I didn't realize it at the time, is that one big line then fed into those 3 smaller lines.
You 100% realize this. And you 100%.
So I was on the 3rd line. Like they should have had. Okay, and by the way, the lady was like, I'll get into that. Okay, fine. So they should have had, if they were doing it that way, they should have had someone standing there. They sell enough merch that they could hire someone to stand there.
Yeah.
They should have had a person stand there and say, you go to line 1, you go to line 2, you go to line 3, instead of lines forming all over the outside of Truist Park.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, the people running it are all like 19. So anyway, one green aura lady comes out, of the booth, goes right over to Scott, and she's like, no. And he's like, what? And she's like, you're not in line.
I wasn't
back of the line. And then you're hearing him argue back to the lady even now. Well, I was in the line. I am in the line. You are not in the line, and I will not be serving you, sir. You will not get your merch. And Scott was just like, wait a minute. And then me and the kids, it's kind of like that Homer Simpson meme where you just kind of disappear into the bush. Like, we're all like, oh, and we just like run away from him. Well, you did not get merch.
First of all, I did explain to her that if you want to do it because I was waiting. I did wait a while. I told her I could wait.
You waited like 5 minutes?
I told her a half hour, but I told her like what she should do. I told her how to set up her booth. Yeah, so I was telling her like how to set up the booth.
Tell her how to do it better?
Yes. Okay. Set up the booth this way.
Right.
But whatever, fine. She saved me from a $95 sweatshirt.
It's your villain story.
Thank you, lady.
It's fine.
Okay.
We didn't end up getting merch because then the kids were like, we don't want to hold it because they don't give you a bag or anything.
Yeah.
We don't want to hold it.
Yeah.
And the shirt's like, I don't know. We didn't think they were that nice.
The aesthetic for Noah Khan is more like earthy,
earth tones,
browns and greens.
Yeah.
And our kids are not. They don't like those colors.
They're not as into it. Like, if the lines were short, we would have. Anyway, so that's Scott's villain story.
But in the interim, apparently, not butterflies, ladybugs were flocking to you guys.
So, we're in Truist Park, finally. We get in there, and all of a sudden, a ladybug is, like, on my arm. And I'm like, that's crazy, I'm like, that's so cool. And so I kind of put it on a little like outside place so it could like fly free. Mm-hmm. And then later on, one was on Brie.
Right.
And even other people were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. You have a ladybug on you.
Yeah.
It was really neat. And it was a very nice crowd, by the way. People were handing out bug stickers.
Yep.
And people were wearing a lot of bug things. And people were sharing and making bracelets with bugs on them and stuff. It was a very bug vibe.
Yes. So what's ladybug?
All right. So ladybugs
represent
are a nice bug, to have as your symbol.
Nobody gets upset.
Nobody gets upset about
if a ladybug lands on them.
Yeah. And ladybugs usually mean like a life-changing experience.
Okay.
So these are kind of, they're kind of signs of little inner transformations, little spiritual awakenings. They're a tiny little creature, but they kind of show you that in unlikely moments, your life can shift and move. And again, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's really what this trip is kind of about. You know, like with our family's shifting, our family's moving, our family's kind of evolving into one of the kids is getting to that age that they're going to kind of go on their own adventures without us. And I'm like, wow, that's really interesting to me. So it was like we were dressed in the ladybug thing. Two ladybugs were kind of crawling on us. It was cool.
Okay. Now, this is what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The concert was wonderful.
Wonderful. Really nice.
It was like 90-something degrees.
It was a heat advisory. It was really bad.
I had those, and maybe actually, you know what? I'll take this one as a sign because the second ladybug came when we had found this. It's called like Chipper's Corner or something. I think I think it was an ex-player of the Braves.
It's like a little bar.
And it was air conditioned. Yeah. Little bar, and I got a table.
Yeah.
With a couple chairs, and I was in heaven.
Yeah.
And that's when the ladybug came. So maybe that was a sign. I'll give you that one.
Okay. You like
because
that
I was
one.
in a good mood.
Yeah.
I had bought like $6 waters, like 5
not
of
too
them,
bad.
Sure. You pay $30 for water. That's amazing. And then this ladybug came.
Yeah.
Now, what was going on here? Indigo-wise. Let's talk about you at this time.
Oh, yeah.
You were like, I got this table, I got the waters, and I find you like in a little corner.
So what happened?
There's a picture of this, by the way.
Yes. What happened was like, listen, this was a really nice crowd and a really nice group of people, and I was really excited to go, but I don't do well in heat, and then I don't do well in crowds. So just because energetically with the crowds, and then like with the heat on top of it, my indigo was like, I almost blacked out like 3 times. I thought I was gonna faint. My blood pressure got real low. I could tell, and I just indigoed out. And then Abby, my 11-year-old turquoise, I call her my support turquoise. She was like, let's just sit on. She just sat on the. She's like, let's get in this corner. Let's sit on the floor because there was really nowhere to sit. Yeah. So she's like, let's just sit on the floor together. So we sat on the gross floor together. Right. You know, everyone's just on. It was so crowded, but like it was very packed. And I feel like at this age and at this level of indigo, it's very hard for me to go to concerts, I've decided, that are outside. Okay. And then we had floor seats. Yeah. So like the people around us were just like encroaching in, and they were very nice people. Like I said, it's a very nice crew, but everyone was like drinking, and they were just like really like not aware of their boundary space. And then we were all really wet from sweat. It was gross.
No, it's weird because going up to this
I don't sound like it was fun. I'm like, okay.
While you were in the corner, that's when I was problem solving, and I got that table.
Yes.
Like knocking people over. Another villain moment for me, I guess.
Villain moment.
But got the table. And that's when the ladybug came. But the funny thing about this, and we're getting a little off topic here, but everyone thought I was going to be the problem at the concert.
Wow.
They thought I was going to be the one that was going to be like too hot and complaining and everything. But little did they know, I had a master plan. I got the aisle.
Yes.
You have to get the aisle in these things. This is my tip for you guys. You get the aisle because then you could stay away from the people. Yeah. You could go into the, everyone's like, don't go into the aisle. But I'm like, no. I go into the aisle, and now I have all this room to like move.
Well, you don't care that you're in the aisle.
No, I don't care.
And that the ushers are kind of side-eyeing you.
Yeah, but
you don't care. It doesn't
irrelevant.
bother me.
No,
I didn't complain. I was just kind of like hot. And every once in a while, I thought I was going to pass
you were the one
out.
we thought we were going to pass out.
But I did not. I stayed the whole. I was fine.
Just on a side note, we know that Noah Khan is green, purple, indigo.
Yeah.
He did give a lot of his songs very indigo.
Yes.
I think you cried at one of his songs.
Oh, I did.
People were crying at some of the songs.
Yeah.
What would you say the aura of the crowd overall?
Oh, yeah. I think he's kind of a lot of greens.
A lot of greens, yeah.
A lot of greens. A lot more greens than I usually see.
Yeah.
In places.
A lot of green indigo.
A lot of green
blue.
kind of blue.
Yeah.
A lot of green blue people. I think that was like the majority of it.
Yeah.
A lot of purples, you know.
Yeah.
I think that would be it. I think like artists do attract their own aura color in a lot of ways. I think like he's so indigo, this guy. Mm-hmm. And when he performs, he just, I can see him, he like puts himself in his own world.
Yeah.
And I totally get that because like when I do my thing, as an indigo, but in the spiritual capacity, like if I'm in public or I'm talking or I'm on a podcast or something that's public or listened to by a lot of people, I'll just put myself in my own world.
Right.
So it's like I'm talking to you as a person. Like right now, every time when I do this podcast and I'm talking to you guys, the listeners, I feel like I'm talking to you, like that's how, and I feel like that's how he sings. He sings to you. So you feel very touched by his words because they are for you, and he's very intentional with that. And I get that as an indigo. Okay. Like trying to make you feel seen and special.
Yeah.
And have that personal moment with you. Even if the whole crowd in front of him is, thousands and thousands of people, he's singing to one person. Yeah. And I do that when I speak.
He has that ability.
I do that too when I speak on the podcast. I try to talk. Everybody I listen, it's like I'm every single you, just one person. Yeah.
No, the concert was fantastic, but I kept saying like this guy would be insane if it was a small setting.
Oh my God.
Like a more of an intimate setting.
Yeah.
That must blow people away. Maybe that's why he got big. Maybe he was doing that and then
you can find him on YouTube, like when he was playing in bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
I would think that would be like mind blowing.
Oh my gosh.
With that, like you said, that indigo coming out.
Yep.
It's a little bit harder for maybe the Red Blues to pick that up with such massive amounts of people.
It's a lot of people, yeah.
But okay, so yeah, I would agree with that as well, with the colors of the crowd.
So it was fun.
But it was a lot of fun. We did it, and we made it.
And my indigo did it. I was proud of myself.
Bree had the time of her life. She did not sit down for all 3 hours.
Yes, I was very dehydrated. Her face, personally,
her face was glowing the entire time.
Yeah,
and she asked if we go to another one. Okay,
right, okay.
All right. So next stop is the University of Florida.
Yes, the Gators.
And they call the University of Florida, by the way, the Swamp. But I'll let you take away our next bug.
So we're on our way because Atlanta, and then we turned around and we got to go down through Gainesville, and that's where University of Florida is. So we're on our way down, and we stop at this gas station because we're very snacky on road trips.
Yes.
And
yes, there's tons of snacks all over the car.
Yes, we are snacky. We love a snack or 8. And I opened my car door to get out to get more snacks, obviously, and the whole door frame is covered. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Covered in ants.
Yes.
They look like the white-footed ants, if you know what kind of ants those are.
Yep.
Covered in ants, like big old juicy ants. Like, I'm like, what the flip? Yep. They weren't in the car. They were in the door frame.
In the door frame.
And I'm like, that's weird, So I'm like, that's gross. Ants don't really bother me, but that was a lot of ants.
Yeah.
And so at this point, we're like, okay, the bug thing is a lot, So ants, what do they mean?
What are ants?
Ants are a symbol of devotion and dedication, about community, about selflessness, commitment to the well-being of others, collaboration. And when you see them, you're supposed to think, okay, where am I expressing my own devotion, my own dedication, my own focus right now? And education's like, a big deal, and we are furthering our kiddos' education. We're looking at this potential school. We'll have to look at more, but we were just looking at that one. And I feel like it's just our devotion and dedication to our kids' future, So to me, I'm like, oh, these ants are showing us that we're doing the right thing. Like, this is good. This is a good side-winding trip.
Right. And then there's me getting out my piece of paper, trying to get rid of all the ants.
Scott, brushing them off.
Get rid of the ants. And I'm brushing them off.
Meanwhile, we are like, Scott, get rid of them.
They're running everywhere. They're heading in all directions now because there literally were thousands of these. Yes. And I'm like, get your trash. Everyone get your trash. Throw it out of the car.
Like, while I'm like, oh, they're symbols of devotion. I'm like, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them right now.
So anyway, all right.
So anyways.
And again, we're in. If you know Gainesville, Florida, we're on the outskirts of Gainesville. It's humid.
It's so hot.
It's sticky.
Like crazy hot.
It's the end of.
It's like wet sock.
July.
Hot.
Yeah, they call it the swamp.
It is really flipping hot.
Yeah. So anyway, then we do the UF University of Florida tour.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do, if anyone has gone to the University of Florida, please let us know. Is that a cult? Is it a cult? It felt like it was a cult when I was there. Cult. Nice school, lovely, wonderful. But is it a cult? That's my question.
Our neighbor's a Gator, and I think she admits it's a cult.
It's a cult. I mean, every sentence ended with "Go Gators." Gators. They taught us like a chant, like with alligators where we had to move our hands in certain ways.
Yes.
Tell us what colors go first over other colors. Seemed like a cult. But anyway. All right, so we left UF, and on the way back, here come the screams again.
Finally, last one, a big old spider just drops down from, of course, the passenger side of the car as, you're driving.
On the turnpike.
Yeah, and I don't mind spiders. They're helpful, Charlotte's Web.
Sure.
Okay. But it's a lot when it's just like, hey, like dangling in front of you. And anyway, so what do spiders mean? Spiders are about weaving your own destiny. They're about, finding your direction, committing to a direction and whatnot, which is, again, to me, it was like the whole thing with this trip. Weaving our own destiny with our kids, like what's next for you and I, what's just moving on, like that kind of a thing. So it felt like a very, I don't know, the bugs were talking to me this trip.
All right. Now, if we saw a spider right now, would that still be a sign?
Yeah, like they don't bother me, but at the same time, it's like put it outside.
Okay.
Get rid of it, Scott,
right.
like that.
I am not convinced yet. So what we need to do is we'll take a little break. Then we'll come back. We're going to have we asked the Mystic Michaela spiritual family about their bugs, stories of signs. We'll see if they can convince me.
I know that it's very important to have a moisturizing routine. And every morning I do the OneSkin OS1 face and the OneSkin OS1 eye for under eye cream. And let me tell you, it just wakes me up. And then at night, I do it again. And then I do the OS1 lip peptide. And that has made my lips really fuller and more moisturized looking. And this is all without like injections, like these are things I can do on the daily that keep my skin looking hydrated and feeling bright and feeling fresh. OneSkin is nothing like your typical skincare brand, and that's why I keep coming back to them. Most anti-aging skincare is built to react to smooth overlines and wrinkles after they show up, but OneSkin started somewhere different. It's working to address how skin ages in the first place. Founded by 4 PhD longevity scientists, they studied skin at the cellular level and found that visible skin aging starts deeper when certain cells stop working the way they should and begin affecting the healthy cells around them. So they engineered OS1, their proprietary peptide, to work with skin's biology, targeting those dysfunctional skin cells. Instead of just sitting on the surface, it's the foundation of every single product they make. And when you see over time with their products, you'll see firmer, smoother skin, more even tone, radiance, visibly fewer fine lines for skin that both looks and acts younger. Hearing directly from you listeners who have tried with our code, the OneSkin brand, I have heard you singing its praises as well. And this isn't, like I said, just my experience or people I've heard. OneSkin's results are backed by 4 peer-reviewed clinical studies, over 10,000 5-star reviews, and they've been recognized by Bloomberg and Fast Company as a leader in skin longevity. Born from over 10 years of longevity research, OneSkin is helping you unlock your healthiest skin now and as you age. For a limited time, try OneSkin with 15% off using code KYA at oneskin.co/KYA. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code KYA. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent you. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so we asked the Mystic Michaela spiritual family to give us their bug signs. What weird bugs they've gotten, gross bugs as signs from spirit. And as always, they showed up. They showed up with pictures, really cool stories. I mean, it is quite the thread.
Yes.
Very entertaining.
I would say to summarize it, mostly ladybugs, dragonflies, and bees.
A lot of them, but some gross bugs too.
And some gross bugs.
Yeah.
See, Ashley wrote this, and I think this should be like the overall theme. She wrote, my spirit guides and dead people, I guess, know better than to send me bugs. I will quit my spirituality so fast if they think sending me bugs is a spiritual thing. And I agree with that, Ashley. I totally agree. Amanda also agrees. She wrote, I had a dragonfly come at me a few days ago, and I was cried. It followed me into the store. That was not a sign for her. That was just a terrifying...
I think you made her cry.
Dragonfly buzzing around her head.
It made her cry.
But, all right, well, let's see what we got.
I wanted to start with Gabby K.
Okay.
Because she wrote, and it's a picture of her son, who's like just the cutest thing I've ever seen. Okay. She said, since before he could talk, my son has been obsessed with bees, and we have no idea why. I actually used to be terrified of bees, but now we invite them into our yard, and bee decorations fill our house. There are constant signs of bees everywhere in my life now, and it's a little picture of her son with all of his bee stuff and his bee shirt, and he is like the cutest thing I've ever seen. And kids' auras change, but I wanted to look at his little aura because he looks like he looks green. Okay. Green and blue. And just so conscientious and caring. And just like green blue kids are so focused, like they get focused, and then they get a little bit like, okay, this is my love, my passion. But then he's blue too, so he's putting a lot of emotion into it, and it's the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
Will the bees rub off on his aura, and then he will wear inauthentic yellow from the bees?
That's funny.
All right.
Well, bees, it's interesting because and bees and green auras remind me a lot of each other. Okay. And it was just interesting that her son's green because a lot of it is like teamwork, focus, the talents that they have. So when you see this symbol a lot of it is, savor the sweetness of life, enjoy life, find joy where you can, find your joy in purpose and community and duty. Happiness is shared with those that you love. Very green blue. Green blues are really into systems, and bees are too.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just like a cool little sign. All right, what do you got?
All right, we have Monica and the dragonflies. So here we go. Monica says, this year I've been seeing so many butterflies and dragonflies. The dragonflies will land on me. Now, she normally screams and smacks it off of her. But this year, she feels that they're sweet and comforting. Okay, so what is going on here? Normally, a dragonfly lands on you, you're screaming. But now Monica's saying, yeah, I'm finding comfort in this.
Yeah. Dragonflies are really special. And we had a lot of dragonfly symbols and signs. Usually they're really from the other side or someone that you know. They're a symbol of enduring wisdom. Like what I taught you, like all the, think about all the wisdom you accumulate in your life. And a dragonfly is a symbol that it doesn't just leave you. You've passed it somewhere. So when you get a dragonfly, think about what wisdom do I carry that someone else cultivated and passed on to me? And you can think about like my grandmother, my father, who's gone before me, and I carry their wisdom. I carry that light. I carry that torch. I carry that knowing with me, what they taught me, how they made me feel, all that. So dragonflies can be very emotional. It's like an emotional sign when you get that of the wisdom in those who've gone before us is carried in you as well. And also, what will you pass on? Right. What's your enduring wisdom that you will pass on? And I thought that was... I know they're a really beautiful sign.
Yeah, but here lies the crux of the whole episode.
Yeah.
With Monica saying.
Right.
Which is how, sometimes you're screaming when you see the dragonfly, but in this case, this time, this year, she's not screaming and she's okay with it landing on her. Is there some other feeling that goes along with this that I'm not picking up?
Well, I feel like signs always come with emotions.
Okay.
And her having an evolved emotion or a differing emotion than she used to have, to me, means that she's accepting this new perspective and seeing the communication differently and encapsulating it differently into her life, I suppose. Okay. That's what it was. She's just in a different place where she's like, okay, I receive it. It's coming with an emotion. It's coming with a feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Rosie C. writes, and this is with a picture of Rosie with a huge praying mantis on her head. Oh. Okay. Rosie writes, let me preface this by saying I love bugs and will actively look for them. Oh. Okay. Good for you, Rosie.
Okay.
That being said, I've had different times in my life that certain ones have shown up. A few years back, I was going through some mentally rough times and dragonflies would always appear and even land on my finger. Then it was jumping spiders, which are apparently her absolute favorite. I'm not into the jumping spiders, Rosie, but good. I'm glad that you are. Now, then she continues. She said, most recently we moved into a new home in a new state, which made me feel a bit uneasy. But one afternoon I looked out at my front porch and there sat a praying mantis. The next morning I was getting ready to leave and open the door, and he was literally on the outdoor part of the handle. Definitely a sign. And then, of course, there's one, like, just like I said, sitting on her head in this photo. I thought this was really cool because praying mantises are kind of a sign for stillness in a time when things can be unsure. So it's exactly what she was saying. It's kind of, so the praying mantis, they can stay very still and blend in with the surroundings. And that's like part of their meaning. So it's kind of a symbol of prayer or guidance, inner stillness, kind of like the struggles of daily life and anxiety, and taking a minute and just reflecting and sitting in yourself and just centering yourself. So they're usually popping up when it's time for you to go inward and decide what's causing me uneasiness and how do I just sit with that. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. Sometimes you just have to sit with it. I think that's what the praying mantis asks you to do. Sit with it, reflect on it, see it differently without action. Sometimes just being present is the action.
All right.
What do you have?
I have Heather, and she got visited by Jiminy Cricket. Oh. So her and Pinocchio, I guess, in the same boat here. So she's brushing her teeth. I'll just sum this up. She's brushing her teeth, and all of a sudden she hears a super loud cricket right in her ear. She looks everywhere, can't find it. It chirps again, and then she realizes it's sitting on her shoulder.
Oh, wow.
Now,
they're big,
anyone
too.
in this
They're
house,
big.
even myself,
Yeah.
I would be like screaming. There'd be shrieks of terror.
Staring at you.
But Heather felt it was definitely a sign of good luck to succeed for her business. And, of course, she thought, this was a nod to, Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah. Yeah, the grasshoppers crickets are a major nudge to take advantage of your opportunities. And they're often associated with prosperity and good luck. And they have those strong back legs, and so they're kind of a symbol of an ability to kind of leap really out of bad situations, navigate a lot of diverse landscapes, swiftly escape danger. Like, you are 100% capable of the challenge that is coming your way. So take advantage of the opportunities, because if it doesn't work out or you need to pivot, you have the ability to do so. That's kind of what the cricket is telling you. And I love that it's on her shoulder, like Jiminy Cricket, like her little conscience.
Right.
And just screaming in her ear. Like, that's really cool. It's quite literal. All right, I have Kaylee A. writes, I've had wasp nests right outside my window on 2 apartments and just found one a couple weeks ago outside the garage of the apartment I just moved into. I looked them up in the book of signs here, and it definitely resonated. I've been dragging out a relationship, and we've been living separately for almost a year now, but I still need to file for divorce. And that was, like, very specific for her. Wasps mean be proactive. That's literally what I wrote in my book. It's a protective sign urging you to be proactive. So, when you hear that buzzing of a wasp, the second you hear it or you see one, I think it's just the human urge to be like, woof, get away from that. Wasps inspire alarm, but they also symbolize protection, diligence, be wary of present situations, notice circumstances that you have to be mindful of, get on top of stuff. So that's interesting that she's got something going on in her life right now that she knows she can't be like hemming and hawing over anymore. And these wasps are sent to her as a way to say, okay, do it. Come on. I love, and yes, okay, I get it, Scott.
Yeah.
All right?
Well,
but here, in this world of KYA, everything's a sign.
Well, let me tell you, and this will be the last one we'll do, let me tell you when a bug is just a bug. Okay, and this comes from Jules. Jules lives in South Florida.
Yes.
Like we do. And in South Florida, I don't know what other states have these bugs, but they're called palmetto bugs. Now, it's not a cockroach.
Oh.
Cockroach is something totally different.
Bad. Yeah.
This is a palmetto bug. Okay, so Jules, I'll just summarize this. She was in the bathroom plucking her eyebrows.
Yep.
Is that what you guys do in the bathroom? All right.
Yes.
And she heard literal wings flapping in her ear.
Oh, my God.
And she felt a gust of wind from it flying through her hair.
They're so big.
It landed on the counter, and she thought it was a cockroach. Now, that's normally what people think. It's a
They
cockroach.
look
But
like
then
it.
what you don't realize is they're flying. palmetto bug, cockroaches can't fly. Palmetto bugs can fly. So she started in terror, called her dad. She started screaming. If there's a palmetto bug in this house, there's screams of terror.
Yeah.
And every so often there are some. And then I have to call Terminex like that night. Like the guy, I have the guy on speed dial now. It's like, it could be 3 a.m. And I'm like, David, get over here. There was a palmetto bug. No one can sleep. So, and then she brought her dad in to terminate the palmetto bug. It took 10 minutes. Now, that is not an exaggeration. These things are hard to kill. They are crafty. They can hide.
They're sentient.
Like 1 second you see it, and then next second you don't.
They're really gross.
You know it's there still.
They're just so...
Then you have to go on a hunt. You got to go and you start going through like drawers and you start going through like little cracks in the floor to find this thing because they can blend in. They're like predator. Like they blend in.
And mind you, I know Jules has cats and I have cats, and like these cats are flippin' useless. They don't do anything for you with these palmetto bugs.
The theory is that Jules' theory is that it came from a cardboard box from a Sephora order that she had placed for a gift for her mom's birthday. Now, to me, Jules, you sue. That's the sign. You sue Sephora. You see if you can get anything out of them.
They love cardboard.
Yeah, they do love cardboard. They love cardboard.
Yeah, I don't know why. So gross.
They're so nasty. They live in like they live in like the palm trees, certain type of palm trees that we have here.
God.
And I mean,
that was the worst part for me of moving south. I think the first time I ever saw a palmetto bug, I'm like, what in the dinosaur horror film is this? Like, this can't be my life.
We actually, on the tour in the swamp in UF, we stepped over. I know. I don't know if you saw that. I wasn't going to say anything.
No, I did.
It was a
dead.
palmetto bug, but it was dead.
It was so stressful.
It was huge, yeah.
That to me would be like, I can't go to school here.
Right.
Sorry. I'm not going to school here. I can handle a lot of bugs. I can't handle those.
Yeah, you and the cockroaches and the palmetto bugs.
I can't. Those aren't my friend.
No, just gross. But anyway, all right. So to me, a bug. In that case,
maybe they're just a bug.
That's just a bug.
They're just a bug.
Go sue Sephora. See what you can get out of that.
Well, I hope that you start paying attention to the creepy crawlies that are in your life because they might just be a sign from spirit. And this podcast is for you and about you. And thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.